So let's begin on our backs. You can have your knees bent, your legs straight, the soles of your feet together and your knees out to the side. Begin however you're comfortable. And you can have your arms resting out to the side, or if you like to place your hands on your belly or your chest or both, that's fine. Good. Maybe take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, close your eyes. Letting the weight of your body sink into the ground. Feeling the bones nice and heavy. Almost like they're moving through the muscles toward the skin, toward the floor. And then let the muscles and the skin just melt off the bones, soft and relaxed. Feeling your breath rising in the relaxed belly. Feel the belly releasing to the earth as you exhale. Let the breath move from the belly to the ribs and to the chest. Expanding, filling the lungs. And then emptying, releasing into the earth and relaxing. Now let's all bend the knees and place the feet on the ground. And as you inhale, curl the tailbone down, feeling how the lower back arches up and the belly lifts and rounds. And then as you exhale, curl the tailbone up, pressing the low back into the ground, pulling the navel toward the floor. Again, moving the pelvis at your own pace, following the rhythm of your breath. Come back to neutral. And then we're going to move the pelvis sort of side to side, kind of like this motion. So we're going to aim the right hip for the right heel, lifting the left hip toward the shoulder, and then Left hip toward the left heel, right hip comes up. So it's kind of like a swivel of the pelvis. A little bit clockwise and then a little bit counterclockwise. One hip up, one hip down. Actually, that's confusing to say up and down. One hip toward the shoulder, one hip toward the foot. The next one we're going to do is up and down. Okay. Find neutral again. And now the hips are going to be like this, up and down, almost like stepping. So the right one presses in and the left one lifts slightly. So you're not pushing into your foot and lifting your buttock, just a slight lift, and then the other way. Notice how you need to engage your abdominals to do this. So you're pressing one hip down into the ground and letting the other one become a little lighter off the ground. And not necessarily lifting, but not heavy. Okay, and back to neutral. I'm going to lift the feet to the height of the knees, having the knees line up over the hips. So remember when we started and we were tucking the tailbone and that brought the lower back flat and pressing down into the ground? For this next exercise, we want to try to maintain that downward pressing of the lower back. If you don't do that, the exercise is kind of easy. So if you're feeling this to be easy, you're probably not doing it right. It's a very challenging exercise, I think. So pulling the belly in. The belly is engaged the entire time. That's what's keeping the back flat on the ground. Then we slowly lower one foot without bending the knee. So we're not doing this. We're keeping the right angle in the knee and we're lowering from the hip. As we lower the hip, that lower back is going to want to arch up. And that's why you have to work hard to keep it from doing that. And then we just alternate. Use your breath. Fuel the exercise with energy and breathing deep. The slower you go, the harder it is. Halfway there. Two more on each side, at least at my pace. And then hug the knees into the chest. Good. Feel the belly relaxing. Breathe into that relaxed belly. Hug the knees in more and see if the breath goes into the back. So when we block off one part of the body, and we still breathe deeply, the breath is kind of rerouted to another part of the body. That's one of the purposes of the different postures. Okay. Now hug the left knee in and straighten the right leg, but keep it off the ground. Good. And then switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. You can do the same thing in a lifted position, tucking the chin. How's your breath? Nice and slow, long rhythmic breath, even though the movement isn't slow and long. Two more on each side. Good. And relax, hug the knees in, and then gently roll your head from side to side. Connect your attention with the place where you feel your head touching the ground. Notice how as you roll, that point of contact moves across the back of your skull. And then bring the head center. Lift the legs straight up in the air. Lower one heel down and lift up. And then the other heel down and lift up. Now keep going. And then on this one, the faster you go, the harder it is. So you see. And you can scissor, which means you can start to lower one leg as the other one is coming up. You don't have to wait till one returns before you start the other one. Are you breathing? Last two. And hug the knees in. Good. Maybe roll the knees around. Feel the back. Again, noticing the point of contact. You're drawing a circle on the ground with your back. Circle the other way. Good. Then we'll do just one last one. If you're kind of done, you don't want to do any more abs, you can just hold the knees into the chest or maybe open your knees out to the side, getting that hip stretch. If you're joining me, the palms will come to the ground, or if you want more support for your lower back, the hands can come onto your lower back. We're going to straighten the legs and bring them in. The lower you go to the ground, the more you're working your lower abs. So you'll see if you want to be higher, it's slightly different than lower. Feels different if your hands are under you or not. It's harder if your hands are not, but your lower back may not like that. Five more. Knees in. Nice. Good job. If you hung in there for all of it, great. If you listened to your body and did what worked for you, great. Really great. Good. So now let's open the knees out to the side and hold the hands around the bottoms of the feet. Press the knees away from you as you pull the feet in toward you. And then feel the breath filling into the space that's created by this shape. Really breathe into the belly. Maybe notice where else you feel the breath besides the belly. Good. And release the feet down. Bring your arms forward. Press down into your feet. Lift your head. Tuck your chin. And then lift yourself up. Good. Straighten your left leg. Bring your right foot in. Flex your left foot. Sit up nice and tall, pressing down into your left leg to help elongate your spine upward. And then inhale and reach up. Exhale and fold forward. As you inhale, push the leg down and lengthen the spine. As you exhale, draw your belly in, drop your elbows, and let the weight of your back release toward your leg. Every inhale, press the thigh down and lengthen the spine long. Relax the shoulders, the hands, the arms. Deepen the breath. Let all the air come out. Really track that exhale to the end and see if you notice the body releasing a little bit at the end of the exhale. Maybe not releasing deeper into the pose, but maybe just having more ease, more relaxation. Letting that exhale allow you to let go. Beautiful. And then roll yourself up, reach up, inhale. Exhale down. Two options for the next pose. One is to take the left hand over to the outside of the right knee with the right hand behind you, twisting that way. And the other one is to take the left hand to the outside of the right foot and straighten the right leg. And then the arm will come up and do it that way. Your choice. Not everybody's going to be able to grab their foot, but you can still modify and do this version holding on to the leg if you prefer this version to this version. Okay, and then we'll release out of that, straighten the right leg, and bend the left foot in. Flex your right foot, press the leg down, inhale, lift tall, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold, relax the arms down. Inhale, push the leg down and lengthen the spine longer. Exhale, belly pulls in, elbows drop, head drops, back drops, agenda drops, thoughts drop. Just get fully immersed in the feeling of your body breathing, so that you know when you've inhaled all the breath in, and there's no more room. When you've exhaled all the breath out, there's nothing left. I just want to acknowledge that these really deep breaths are not just hard because our lungs don't have the capacity and we're not used to breathing that deeply, but it's really emotionally challenging because the more you breathe, the more you feel. We create shallow breaths because it feels safer. And that's not anything personal about you. It's just that life is hard, and we find our strategies to defend against having to feel the intensity of everything we encounter in this world. And one of them is to close ourselves off a little bit, to feel a little bit less, breathe a little bit less. So one of the things we're doing here is we're kind of opening to the fullness of experience, and that's hard. So give yourself permission and give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, inhale up, reach up. And exhale, and we'll turn to the left, either taking the hand to the knee and the back hand to the floor, lifting tall and turning that way, or using the straight leg version. If you're using that version, then the arm is out to the side, holding onto the foot or the leg. And we're kind of aiming the leg across the body over to the right. In whatever version you're in, you're lifting tall and you're turning your belly to turn your ribs, turn your chest. Reach your gaze over to the left. Breathe long and deep. Good. And then release back to center. Straighten both legs. Bring the arms out in front. And then just lean back. Tuck the chin and maybe gaze down at your big toes, neutralizing your neck. And this may be enough for you, but if you want, you can lean back a little bit more and lift your legs. Good. And lift up. Reach the arms up. Relax the feet down. And lower the hands. Let the hands rest by your side. Flex your feet. Press down through your legs and lift your spine tall. I always say this is the most deceptively difficult pose. It looks so easy. You're just sitting here. There's a lot going on, isn't there? What are you feeling? Now, I invite you to feel the places that are working and notice the places that don't need to be working. See if you're tensing in any of those places and try to relax. Maybe the shoulders can relax more. Maybe the hands can relax more. Maybe the jaw, the brow can relax more. Chin is neutral. Beautiful. And relax. Cross the ankles. Roll over onto hands and knees. We'll bring the hands in front of the shoulders, about a hand's length. Spread the fingers wide. Curl the toes under. Take a breath in. And then exhale and lift the hips. Press the heels down. Drop the head. Bend the elbows and roll them back toward the knees. And then straighten the arms, pressing into the hands. And then breathe belly, ribs, chest. When you exhale, lift your belly and sink your chest. Push more into the index fingers and thumbs. See if you can feel the weight shifting your hips back. And then when the hips come further back, the heels can press down more. Okay. Now we'll do some of those pelvic movements again. Staying in here if you can. If you get tired and you need to rest, just join us when you're able. So without lifting the heels, try to make one hip go higher and one hip go lower. Like both sides of your sacrum are stepping. Good. Relax. And then bring one hip back toward the wall behind you as the other one naturally rotates a little bit forward. So again, it's like a slight clockwise rotation and a slight counterclockwise rotation. Good. And then we'll do the last one, curling the tailbone up and curling the tailbone down. Curling up, curling down. Okay, good. And then walk the feet forward. Drop the chin to the chest, bend the knees, and gently roll yourself up slowly. Reaching the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. And again. And this time we'll just lift the arms up and then exhale the arms down by the side. Closing the eyes, feeling yourself standing. Feeling yourself breathing. Feeling the aliveness in your body. And then we'll move the whole spine, coming into a snake breath. So we start with the knees bent, the hands on the tops of the thighs. And when we exhale with the sound of a snake. Okay? So the exhale looks like this. I'm dropping my belly toward my thighs. Then I'm lowering my chest. My head is the last to come down. And then on the inhale, I round my back. Keep my chin tucked. Roll up, and my head is the last thing to lift. Exhale, belly drops, chest drops, back is arched, the head is the last to drop. Inhale, the chin is tucked, the tailbone is tucked, kind of like a cat pose. And then at the very end of the inhale, the head lifts. Great. I like this breath because it really encourages you to do the whole exhale. You notice that you can keep making that S sound and you keep going until there's nothing left. One more. Good. Now keep the knees bent. Lift your torso. Bring your arms out in front. And move your knees toward the floor. So you want to keep your heels on the ground for now. Really nice stretch for the calves. Dropping your sit bones as low as you'll go without coming into a squat. So we're not looking to do this. Just bent knees. And then moving the knees kind of forward and down without the heels lifting. Good. Now we'll lift the heels. If you want to challenge your balance, close your eyes. Relax the shoulders down. Good. Now drop the heels again and lift the arms up. Pull the belly in and drop the tailbone down. So it's not this with the butt all the way out and the back rounded. It's this. You really want to get the tailbone to drop down and keep the back long. Good. Keep the shoulders down, but reach up through the fingers. Nice. And then bring the hands together at the heart. Take a breath in. And then exhale, bring the left elbow over the right knee. Turn your gaze up past your right elbow. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and push the right hand down, 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 turning the ribs. Good. Now shift the weight into that right foot. Balance. Step the left foot back. Look all the way back past your right elbow. Lengthen and deepen your breath. Sink your hips. Rotate your ribs. And then with an inhale, come center. Everything else stays the same. And we lift the arms up and lock the thumbs. And then pull the hands apart. Push back through the left heel. Aim your tailbone for your right knee. Breathe into your heart. Good. Now bring your back heel to the ground. Bring your right elbow to your leg, index finger to thumb, left arm overhead, gazing up. Push into the outer edge of your back foot and lengthen up that whole left side, reaching out your left fingers. Feel the breath coming up under those ribs, making some space. Or finding resistance, whatever's there. Just feel it. Good. Now we're going to windmill up. Take the left hand to the back leg. Take the right arm up. Reach up through the right hand. Inhale. Exhale. Lean back. Maybe finding your gaze at your right fingertips. Maybe deepening the bend in your right leg. Maybe deepening your awareness of everything you're feeling right now without resisting any of it. Good. And come up, straighten the front leg, take the arms out to the side. Take a big breath in. Exhale, reach the right hand out. Reach, 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 reach. Keep reaching, keep reaching. And then imagine you're trying to drop your right ribs toward your right thigh. So don't worry about this hand. Just get the ribs to come down. And then relax the hand down. Bring the left arm up. Again, looking up if you can. Gazing at your thumb if your neck is hurting that way. Then gaze down, but try not to rotate the ribs to face down. We really want to have those left ribs rolling right on top of the right ribs. Good. And then when you inhale, lengthen both sides. Reach the spine longer. And when you exhale, let the left ribs release down toward the right ribs. Where does the breath create a little more stretch than the pose does on its own? And then inhale up. Turn both feet to face forward. Clasp your hands behind your back. Roll your shoulders back. Open your heart. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Letting the hands come up as the head comes down. If you're able to bring the heels of the hands together, do so. Push down into the feet. Lift up through the inner thighs. Lift up through the lower belly. Good. Bring yourself up, reach the arms up. Exhale, step together, bring the arms down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart, bend the knees. Take a breath in and exhale. Bring the right elbow over to the left knee. Look up past your left elbow. This is the same side we just did. Sorry, do whichever side we did just do. Yeah, I think this is the right side. Pushing the top hand down onto the bottom hand. Turning and twisting. Good. Shift your weight into your left foot. And balance and step your right foot all the way back. Maybe twisting a little bit more. Moving those palms toward the heart center. Moving the heart center toward the palms. Looking back past your elbow. Breathing deep. Good. And then come center. Lift the body. Interlock the thumbs. Now, whichever way you want to do it the other way. Switch the thumb position. Back leg is straight. The heel presses back. And then pull the hands apart. Good. Back heel comes down. Left hand to the left leg. Index finger to thumb. Right arm overhead. Turn your gaze up or down. The nice part about up is that you notice and you can experiment. Feel into your chest and shoulders and neck and close your eyes and bring your gaze down and notice the orientation of your chest and then roll your gaze up and notice there's just a little more opening there. So if you have to turn your gaze down, just be mindful not to let the chest follow. Pushing back and reaching out. Stretching long, breathing long. Good. And then keeping the front knee bent, lift, bring the back hand to the back leg and the left arm straight up. Start in the vertical to inhale and lift and see the length that you can get pulling those ribs up out of the hip and then take it back. Inhale up, arms out to the side, straighten your left leg. Reach out through the arms as you inhale. Exhale and reach the left hand forward. Don't come down yet, no hurry. Pull up and engage this left leg muscle. And reach out even more. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Now, on the next exhale, think about dropping your left ribs toward your left thigh and then bring the hand down. Take the right arm up. Look up if you can. Take a nice deep breath in. And then when you exhale, drop the right ribs down toward the left ribs. Imagine that you're trying to straighten and lengthen the left side, but also lengthen, the right side, but also lengthen the left side. So you don't want to collapse too much on that left side. Imagine that you're trying to have your torso go straight out, horizontally, parallel to the ground. Press down into the feet. What happens if you tuck the tailbone under? Good. And then inhale, up, arms out to the side, feet forward. And then we'll exhale and fold over the right leg, both arms down. Relaxing the spine. Inhale, come center, lift, arms out. Exhale over the left leg. Exhale all the air out and relax over the leg. Let the head go, the arms go, let the feet and legs be strong. Good. And then inhale, center, arms out to the side. Bring the heels in, bring the toes in, bring the heels in again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Bend the knees, drop all the way down. Keep the heels on the floor. If the heels are not able to come to the floor in this position, try taking the feet wider. If you want to open those inner hips even more, you can bring the fists together. If that's too much, maybe one hand, one fist. Pressing those knees out with the backs of the arms. Drop the hips. Drop the tail. Good. And then bring the hands to the ground. Lower yourself down. Bring the feet in front of you. And then with the chin to the chest, the arms out in front or overhead. Slowly lower yourself down. Keeping the knees bent. Arms by your side. Heels under the knees. Lift the hips. Clasp your hands under you if you can. Roll the shoulders under you if you can. Push the feet down and forward, lifting the hips up. Lift the tailbone up. Press the arms down, lift the back ribs up. Breathe into the front of the body. Lift as high as you can. Maybe pull the hands apart, keeping the fingers interlaced. Good. And slowly lower down, slowly from top to bottom. Once you come down, lift your head, reach past your thighs, pull your belly down. If you don't feel like doing any more ab work, you can just counter stretch by bringing the knees to the chest. Either one is fine. And then we'll all lower down. Lift and tuck your tailbone. Release the legs and shake them out. If you're working with an eye pillow, place that on your eyes. And then arms are out away from the body. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, dropping the weight of the body into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the weight of the jaw, lips part. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the weight of the mind. That's so heavy. All these thoughts, let them go. Feel your mind becoming spacious and light. And let your awareness rest on the ease of your breath. Letting your breath go so that it just flows naturally. No effort. Just feeling each breath. Keeping your mind light but engaged. When you notice the mind wandering off into thought, that's great. You've noticed it. That means you're already back. You're not lost. Once you're back, just redirect your attention to the breath and follow the next breath from beginning to end. And then try to stay with the next one. And the next one. Settling into the breath, sinking into the earth. Deeply relaxed. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. Breathe into your heart, your fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath, stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest. Rock side to side, feeling the ground massage on your back. Come center, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. And then roll over onto either side, resting your head on your underside arm. Resting your body on the earth. Resting your awareness on however you feel right now. Maybe feeling with a sense of curiosity, or maybe a sense of appreciation for your efforts. And slowly making your way up to sitting any way that you're comfortable. Letting the sit bones sink down, crown of the head lift tall. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. And let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste. Thank you for